Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the MVC Baseball First Pitch. Joined alongside MVC Baseball correspondent Shane Dennis, presented by our good friends at Rawlings, who provide the official baseball of the Missouri Valley Conference. Shane, we are about 1 month away from the Valley Baseball Tournament happening in Norman, Illinois, hosted by Illinois State. And as we're 1 month away, let's talk a little bit about what some potential award situations could be in the league. First of all, MVP, Player of the Year. Who do you think could take home some hardware for the Joe Carter Player of the Year?
I think if he continues the way he's going, it'll be Eric Aguilera, or at least he's at the front of the line for me. He's done a little bit of everything for Illinois State. 386, 562 slugging percentage, and to me, a couple of these awards that we're going to talk about, Aguilera is a guy, in my mind, that is a guy you don't want to face. You know, when the game is on the line, you don't want to face a veteran like him. 59 hits, 5 home runs, 36 runs batted in. There's really nothing that he can't do offensively. He hangs in there very well against left-hand pitching. He's the catalyst in the middle of that order, and they've been hot lately. And I think Eric Aguilera is every bit to do with it as anybody else. Mike Talkman, honorable mention from Bradley. He's a tremendous hitter. Kevin Kazmarski, I just saw this past weekend, and he really impressed me. He had a great series against Wichita State. Garrett Bailiff from Wichita State and Austin Montgomery from Southern Illinois have all had really good offensive seasons in the Valley. But I think Eric Aguilera is just a cut above all the rest the way he's been playing offensively this year.
All right, let's turn our attention to some of the pitchers in the league. Obviously, a lot of talented guys, a lot of talented arms in the Valley. Who do you think it could be the pitcher of the year?
I got to go with Nick Petrie. Much like we talked about Eric Aguilera as the guy you don't want to face, if you had one game that you had to win, I think Nick Petrie is it. This was even tougher than picking the halfway point most valuable player. Petrie with a 1.29 ERA, 69 strikeouts, 6 wins in the league, just a hair above a couple of guys from Illinois State that have been pitching at a high level. Chris Razzo and Dan Savas have done a tremendous job in that rotation. Sean Manaea, we all know about from Indiana State. Cale Elam has really taken to a starting role at Wichita State and has done a nice job. And I haven't forgotten about you, John Harris at Missouri State. 8 wins for you, and he's had to step up into a bigger role at Missouri State. But his teammate, Nick Petrie, is the guy that I think is the pitcher of the year right now, but it's very, very close.
You mentioned John Harris. I'm going to throw this one out at you. Obviously, a freshman there, but he might be battling one of his teammates out for Newcomer of the Year with Tate Matheny.
Yeah, it seems like Missouri State just reloads a little bit. And we talked a couple of weeks ago about McCormick and Voigt and guys like Keenan Maddox in that lineup where it seems like they've been around for a long time, but they reload too. They sprinkle in the new guys like Matheny. Kobe Peebles has really done a nice job offensively for them. And then, of course, John Harris, after Cody Schumacher goes down, has to step it up a little bit, pitch a 1 turn ahead in the rotation. He handled it last week, and that pitching staff has done a tremendous job. Of course, you got Grant Gordon down there in the bullpen as well, along with Burgess to close out. So Missouri State's setting pretty sweet, and thanks to a couple of newcomers for them.
All right, and finally, let's talk about some of the guys that are at the helm. Coach of the Year, obviously, Craig's been having a phenomenal season. Missouri State right up there as well. But who do you think could be the Coach of the Year of the Missouri Valley Conference?
I just think from the way things happened at the end of last regular season, moving forward, Ed Service has probably got a leg up on everybody. With the way he turned a last place club into the Valley Tournament champions and has extended that into an upper tier first half for Creighton. I think Ed Service deserves the nod with the way he's gotten his team to respond. And remember, too, this was a pitching and defense school for the last forever, really. They're always up among the nation's leaders in fielding percentage. They've always had a well-developed pitching staff, but the offense is starting to come around a little bit. And Ed Service, I think, has probably edged out a little bit. Keith Gutton from Missouri State, maybe Mark Kingston deserves some mention at Illinois State. But with the way the regular season ended up last year, I'm going to go back to last year, with the way that ended up, how Ed Service got his team to forget about the regular season, concentrate on the Valley Tournament, don't start thinking ahead to summer ball just yet. And what do? They win it all, and had a real good showing in the NCAA tournament. So my vote goes to Ed Service at this point.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. We'll see how it turns out when we get to the Valley Baseball Conference Tournament that'll be May 21st through 25th in Bloomington, Normal, Illinois. We'll have that award ceremony on the field the first day of the tournament, so we'll see who picks up some hardware. Shane, as always, thanks so much for your insight. We'll talk to you again next week.
Sounds good.
All right, that will wrap it up for this week's MVC Baseball First Pitch, presented by Rawlings.
Dreams are forged. Will is challenged. Teams are united. Bats are tested. Don't miss the 2013 Missouri Valley Conference Baseball Tournament, May 21st through 25th at Duffy Bass Field in Normal, Illinois. Presented by the Pentagraph and WJDC Radio. For tickets and more information, call 309-438-8000 or visit GoRedbirds.com.